right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Big Time Hoops 3-point shootout, slam dunk contest, virtual this year. Maybe it'll be a thing in the future, but right now we're still in this environment. So we're bringing it to you virtual. And since Big Time Hoops is putting out more original content, doing the original thing, I think it's time to introduce you guys to some of the family here at Big Time Hoops. They've been on Big Time, the podcast. Now they're cutting over to Big Time Hoops, starting with my big brother, Charles Bard. Big Bro, the voice of the casual fan, coming to us live from Halifax, Nova Scotia tonight. Charles, go ahead and this is your introduction to the state here. So I don't know how you want to go about this here, but welcome to Big Time Hoops.
Very honored to be here. My brother's got a good thing going. I'm happy for all the kids out there. Like, this COVID year has been tough for everybody. So glad he's putting this together for all of us to share and just put the state of Maine on a nationwide level. This is great. I had some experience in a 3-point shootout. I've once finished second. I won't talk about the first place winner because he had time in the gym. I had just finished up potato harvest for the week, so not many shots went up. I should have won, but I'm happy to be here, and good luck to all the people competing here.
And the best dressed every time you're in a Zoom room, just the best dressed in a Zoom room every time, right?
I try. It's the only time I get to put a suit on, so here I am.
And then our other guy here for the 3-point shootout, we're bringing in our guest analyst. He's on the scene. He's a 2-time state champion. He's been on Big Time Hoops, the podcast. You guys already know this guy. We brought in Coach Lon Berthume with the Gorham Rams to join him with the fun tonight. Lon, welcome to the first ever slam dunk and 3-point shootout on Big Time Hoops. How you feeling?
I'm good. Actually, this is my 14th season with the Gorham Lady Rams, and the reality is, when I first started, I used to host a tournament that when Charlie was an up-and-coming ref, we got him down from Fort Kent, and we got him in the mix. Still has one of the best block charge calls ever. I've said this before. He looked like, Leslie Nielsen, making his calls. And the other thing is that the reality is, when he came in second, it was Pam Bard, his mother, that came in first.
Wow. Hey, I'm happy to be on this podcast too, because for once I have not the least amount of hair, so this is great.
Charles, you brought up a good point, and we can bring in Lon for this year because Lon's knows all about it. How this has just been a season unlike any other. Feeling bad for the kids, trying to do something fun. Lon, you've been on the sidelines. What has this past year been like? I mean, you guys got something in at least, but what has 2020, 2021 been like on the Maine high school scene?
So, all right, to be honest with you, it's a tricky tightrope that we're walking as coaches. The reality is I'm not a big fan of the phrase, let's just make the most of it, because I think that's got a little bit of a negative connotation. And so for us, it's been, hey, let's have no regrets. And so let's go out and we play hard, we compete, we enjoy each other. And so it's not about let's make the most of it. It's let's have no regrets. And so it's been great for us. It's been awesome to get on the court. We got stung a little bit and had to quarantine. The 10 days off from practice in the middle of the season is tricky, but I think we've maneuvered it well, and I'm enjoying my team.
Absolutely. So I just kind of explained what Lon's credentials are to be on here. He's on the scene. He knows some of these girls, some of the players, and he was prolific in his own right as a player. Charles, what credentials do you bring to tonight's episode here?
I'm family. That's how I got invited, I think. But no, I'd like to think my knowledge is the game. I mean, I grew up through watching late 80s, early 90s, probably the best era of basketball. So I've studied the game for a while. I've refereed basketball, soccer. So I just think I'm a student of the game. Maybe not always the most athletic, but I consider myself perhaps one of the smartest on the field or on the court. So I'll put that up against anybody. That's why I'm here.
Absolutely.
I'm also going to add something. So Charlie is a shooter. He was one of those guys that sort of changed the game. And there are times that shot goes up, and it it feels good, whatever, but it goes off the backboard and goes in. Charlie was one of the first ones that said, I called bank, and he's like the master of the backboard swish.
That is true. I would always start 2 for 2, and then I'd go 0 for 6, but I made my first 2 every time.
You got somebody to guard you.
So we're gonna see some kids with a lot of talent tonight. Athletic, excellent shooters and stuff like that. Charles, real quick, what were you great at? For those that don't know, I mean, we know your go-to move, what you excelled at on the basketball court. For the fans that don't know,
I got 2 moves: drawing the offensive foul and the no-look pass. I was the Stockton of my time, and also the Dennis Rodman of my time when it came to flopping. So those 2 I did better than anybody that I ever played against. Probably averaged 4 points a game, but probably in the 1,000 assist club. We didn't keep assist stats, but close to 1,000 assists. I'm going with it.
Two skills that will not be showcased tonight at all. Like I said, we got the 3-point shootout and the slam dunk contest. We're going to jump into it. We're doing the boys first, and we got a great field here. And here we go. Here we got for the field. We got Casey Cormier from Maranacook, Adam Lux from Kennebunk, Aaron Newcomb from Brewer, Aidan Kristal from Hampden Academy, Wyatt Hathaway representing Leavitt, and Matt Parent representing Messalonskee. Moving on here, the fan prediction. We put a poll up online. The fans predicted Matt Parent of Messalonskee as the winner. That's who they went with. Our first contestant, Adam Lux, 6'4", senior from Kennebunk, asked him if he had to hit a game-winning shot on anybody. He said he'd pick his sister to hit a game-winning shot, and I don't know what that means. But and then also, if it came down to a shootout for the crown, who you would want to go head-to-head with? He said Wyatt Hathaway. I'm anxious to see what happens. We're going to see. Charles, would you want to hit a game-winning shot on one of your brothers, or would you go with someone else for the win?
It's hard because they'd probably be on the bench.
So you'd have to go up against your mother again.
Oh man, I would love to hit a game. I don't think I ever hit a game winner. So yeah, that would be a good moment.
Here we go. Adam Lux, our first contestant up, and he's shooting in the Excel Sports Center down there in Saco, and you may Lon, you may recognize the rebounder. Look familiar?
I can't really tell at this point. You got to help me out.
It's his sister. It's Victoria.
Oh, that's Victoria?
Yeah.
Oh, he's starting off hot.
See, with Victoria, I used to see her catching the ball in the post and going to town on somebody. So I do now. The masks are a little tricky. It's a bit of a guessing game at times.
Throws you off a little bit. So off to a good start here.
How is the mask affecting gameplay? Have your players commented?
I think at the beginning it was something that was a little of an adjustment, but the reality is it hasn't changed what we do on the court. I don't think it's affected the athletes very much in terms of how they play. Psychologically, maybe a little. They hate them.
Yeah, it's not affecting looks.
No, he's on fire. He's only missed one so far through his first 3 spots. Second miss right there. So 13 for 15 to start off here. The tallest guy in the field too, at 6'4". But he's off to a great pace here. I'm going to set the tone for the rest of the guys here.
Hey, to be able to have a little bit of size and shoot it, that's certainly a good thing.
It's amazing how small the court looks at this level compared to the pros.
Final spot here. He's got 16 through his first 4 racks. See where he finishes up.
Oh, rattled though.
He seems to have a pretty soft shot, though. One that actually has a chance to bounce in as a 3-pointer. That doesn't happen often.
And last one, not good. So he's going to finish with 19. So great start here. 19 off the board for Adam Lux. What kind of stood out to you, Charles?
Man, like Lon was saying, just the height and just the smoothness of his release. Everything was in rhythm, and the big man looked solid competitor in this competition here.
Yeah. So he set the tone with 19 here. We're going to see who's up next. It's a random order. I don't even know who's coming up next here. We're going to find out second when the profile pops up here. Casey Cormier from Maranacook. So this is also one of the dark horses to win here. A great pick, 6'2", senior from Maranacook. Favorite gym to shoot in, Edward Little, down there in Auburn. And the school, if he had to go off on one school and really give him work, he'd pick Caribou. I'm guessing that's to do with the tough state championship loss that Maranacook had last year in that epic Class B state final. But we got Casey Cormier up. 19 is a score to beat. And we'll see how Casey does here. The Maranacook gym. I've played a Maranacook once in a playoff game. We got smacked by 40. So it's not a pleasant sight for me to see the Maranacook gym here.
I'll say this too. One of the real COVID tragedies this year is that Maranacook doesn't have a chance to play. Would love to see a Maranacook Caribou state final again. I think it's too bad that can't happen.
Yeah, so Caribou just won their playoff pod, and Maranacook's in their final this weekend. So they probably could have matched up again for another state championship. But Casey off to a good start here. He's got a great stroke.
I would say too, probably playing with Cash McClure, that he's going to have some open looks every once in a while, and he looks like he's a guy that would do his job on that team, and probably he's a very, very valuable player for them.
Seen a lot of net, Charles. What do you take away from that? A lot of these shots are nothing but net when they go in.
I know. I'm actually kind of mesmerized. This kid's looking like a pretty good player. I've never got to see Maranacook play, so I'd like to see these guys light up the scoreboard, because with shooting like this, they must be a nasty team.
They get up and down. They've had a couple of games with scores in the 90s this year. Just
really,
and getting points on the board here.
They almost hit 100 yesterday, right?
Almost hit 100. Recently? Yeah. Down to the final rack here. 19 is the score to beat. He's got a chance to take the lead if he clears this rack.
I see Klay Thompson kind of releasing. I noticed in the research that it says he wanted to have a shootout against Klay Thompson, and I kind of see a resemblance in the flick.
Finishes strong. Ties 19.
Nice work.
So we've got a tie here through our first two competitors. 19 for Casey, 19 for Adam. 19 is still the score to beat. Lon, what do you take away from Casey's round right here?
So what I noticed was when it came down to it and he had to make the last shot to tie, that he had the guts to step up and stick it. So that's pretty impressive.
Definitely came up clutch at the end. He needed to make that last one. He did. And coming up next, we got Matt Parent from Messalonskee, the 6'2 senior, who was the fan prediction for the winner for tonight. Favorite gym to shoot, and he said, is Lawrence. And if he had to go head-to-head with someone for the crown, he would have picked Casey Cormier. Of course, Casey got 19, so he kind of has a chance here to go head-to-head with him and see if he can take the lead. And like I said, the only lefty in the field. And, some people say lefties are just better shooters. It looks better. We're going to see here what his stroke looks like. So let's go on down to Messalonskee. Charles, real quick, do you even know what Messalonskee's mascot is? I wonder how well you know these school mascots.
I'm going to go with Eagles because I see it on the wall.
Good guess right there.
Yes, nailed it.
And I'd just like to mention, if this was in Fort Kent and Charlie was a passer, he'd have his shirt off too.
Oh, man. Not after this COVID-15, my friend. I don't know.
Hey, Lon, you were a good shooter in your day. Did you have a favorite spot on the floor?
As a point guard, I kind of liked the top of the key. I was in the middle of the floor a lot. And I also liked the Warrior emblem. I wasn't quite, Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, but every once in a while I wouldn't mind teeing up from that emblem. Wasn't half court though.
I got a quick fact about Parent here in the research. It says that he's normally 8 to 9 feet behind the 3-point line, 12 to 13 feet if he's comfortable, if he's feeling it. And he also feels more comfortable off the dribble, but really right now, dribble's not a factor. He's feeling it.
Last rack here. If he hits all 5, he'll take the lead. The score to beat is still 19. We'll see what he gets here. Still do it. Last 2. Last one for the lead. Oh!
Get in. Oh.
You know what? That was a good rack. Having to make 4 out of 5 at the end. That's no joke right there.
He came prepared with a rebounder and a passer too. That's key to the game right there.
Yep. Stay in a better rhythm that way. So 19 for Matt Parent. So 3 competitors down. 19 all across the board. 19 still the score to beat We're going to see who's coming up next here. I'm guessing someone's going to get above 19 here. And next we got Aidan Kristal from Hampden Academy, the senior. Favorite player is Duncan Robinson. We'll see if he shoots anything like him. And I asked him, if you could have a shoot-off against anybody, who would you want to go against? He picked last year's Mr. Basketball winner, Bryce Lozier, right there. So that'd be interesting to see, too. Maybe we can make that happen. But we're going to see what happens here. The one thing that came up a lot when mentioning Aidan, I kept seeing the term sniper. Everyone kept saying sniper. So let's see what he does here. Coming from the Results Gym here in Bangor, this is where Matt McKenzie gets his workouts in with his boys. Let's see what Aidan's got for us.
This is a private gym?
Yeah, I guess we could say private.
Beautiful.
Yeah. 19 the score to beat, and a perfect 5 for 5.
That's a good start.
Start things off.
I will say this too. That's a lot of respect for him to say that, he wanted to shoot off against Bryce Lozier. When you're going to pick on the best guy from your program recently, that won Mr. Basketball, that's something to be said, that you're ready to compete.
I think the term sniper was appropriate here. We are 11 for 11, make that 12 for 12. Hasn't missed a shot as he gets to the top of the key.
He's feeling it.
Feeling it right now.
If I was going to coach against this guy, I'd have to run him off the line, see what he could do off the dribble. I don't know what he's got off the dribble, but that looks like it's trouble if you just let him spot up.
16 in a row here. 16 for 16 to start. 17 for 17.
Crazy.
I think we might have a new leader here. There's the first miss. There's the first miss.
I like that he bounced it back so he could catch it off the pass, and he didn't just get that rebound and shoot it again.
So
his motion
here as we go into the final rack.
His motion and his release is identical for every shot. It's such great form.
This guy's on fire. 22. 23.
Nasty.
Last one. Wow.
That's an unbelievable round.
Okay. 24 out of 25. I don't know if you can really get much better than that. Charles, what do you have to say about that? 24 out of 25. Almost as perfect as you can be.
Wow. Hathaway better come through, because if it's not too late, I'll change my pick, because that was smooth. That was smooth shooting, Mr. Kristal.
Yep. So we got a new leader. We got a leader on the leaderboard here. Aidan Kristal from Hampden Academy, 24 for 25 to take the lead. And coming up next, Charles, here's your boy, Wyatt Hathaway, the 5'11 senior from Leavitt, as I mentioned, Mr. Basketball semifinalist. If he had to hit a game winner, he said he'd want to hit it on one of the Mr. Basketball finalists, which is Peyton Jones. And if he could go off on one school and just torch him in one game, he'd pick Thornton Academy. So I don't know if it's Peyton, if it's Thornton, if it's the program or what, but he seems to have something against Peyton and Thornton Academy. But we'll see what he's got here.
Look at that profile picture. You can tell he's a competitor. Like that's fierceness.
Ready to go. So he's coming live. He's coming to from the Leavitt High School gym here. And 24 is the score to beat. We're gonna see what happens.
I like that he's wearing his warm-up. That's Larry Bird-esque right there.
Perfect 3 for 3 to start off, Charles. Your pick might be good.
Yeah.
Charlie, did you want to guess their mascot now?
So as I mentioned, Hathaway Wyatt here was a Mr. Basketball semifinalist. He had an All-State nod on his resume from last season, and had a really big season this year too. Charles, you have any insight on Wyatt? What do you know about our boy here?
I got Wyatt. He loves to go down to Lewiston and light it up down there. He says that's his favorite gym to shoot at. Can't blame him. It's a great atmosphere down there. His favorite player is Devin Booker, so that's an elite NBA player. So if he can idolize Mr. Booker, I think he's got a career ahead of himself.
13 for 15 here. He's not going to beat our boy Aidan. He's going to come up short there, but we'll see what he finishes with. He can at least hop into second place.
I'll tell you from that angle, that looks like the Fort Kent Gymnasium right there.
It does a little bit, yeah.
It's got a nice rhythm.
Yeah, final rack here. We'll see what he finishes with.
Give me 20.
See if he's going to hop into second place and finishes with 21. So
he's just warming up.
Just warming up. But, you know, if it wasn't for Aidan getting 24, 21 would have been the score to beat there. But very good round from Wyatt Hathaway. So if you look at the leaderboard right here, hops into second place with one more guy to go. Aaron Newcomb's going to be up next. But what do you guys think? Is anyone going to beat 24? Do you guys think 24 is going to be it?
Hey, 24 is a tough score. I mean, if somebody would have started with 21, I would have said that was probably unbeatable, but that 24 was amazing.
Here we go. Aaron Newcomb, the last guy up, the junior from Brewer, favored him to shoot in Hampden Academy. He gets a chance to go against the Bronco. He's got to beat Aidan here, and he's comfortable from 25 to 30 feet. I don't think he'd be shooting from that far right now for this round, but we'll see what Aaron's got for us. 24 to tie, 25 to win. It's asking a lot, but we're going to see what happens here. And he's also coming live from the Results Gym, another one of those guys who works out with Matt McKenzie here in Bangor. So 24, the score to beat. We'll see what we got.
Hopefully being a little closer doesn't throw them off. Sometimes great shooters, when they get too far inside their range, it kind of changes things. So see how this goes.
Charles, did you have range up to 25 feet? I mean, I don't know if you were making it from 25 feet, but could you at least could you reach from 25 feet?
Dude, I was like at the buzzer, like specialist, like inbounds it, three-quarter court, launch it. That was my thing.
Perfect.
In baseball, Charlie was about 25 feet. That's how far he could throw the baseball.
Oh, man, it's true, though. Shortstop to first. That was pretty solid.
So perfect 9 for 9 here to start off.
This guy, he puts doubt in himself because he wants to have a shoot off against Ben Simmons. Come on.
12 for 12 here. We're I don't know if it's the Results Gym or if it's just the guys in the Bangor area, but Newcomb lighting it up right now, going for a perfect 3 straight perfect racks here. He might get there. 16 in a row. 17 in a row. 18 in a row.
Wow.
I think someone's in the zone. 19 in a row. Okay. Perfect through 4 racks. We got one more. Oh, and there's the first.
I was going to say 19 in a row. He looked like John Bagshaw out of the Greely home gym.
And two misses there, so he's not going to catch Aidan. He's going to come up a little bit short, but he actually hit his first 20. That's the most we've seen. That's the longest streak of makes, 20 straight, and he finishes with 23.
No, that's a tough ending after a great start. You know, you make that many in a row, but there's not much of a margin for error. I mean, you can only miss one. That's an unbelievable score too.
Wow.
So there we go for the boys. And Aidan's going to come out victorious. Aidan's going to face the winner of the girls' rack here. So the girls' winner will face the boys' winner head-to-head to determine who is the ultimate three-point shootout champion for the state of Maine. But, Charles, your takeaways from the boys here.
And that was some good stuff. I got to say that I once made 24 threes. Also, it took me my 4 years of high school to get it done. But that was an impressive round. Congratulations to all the participants. That was phenomenal. That was great to watch.
And I would say, too, out of Charlie's 24 made threes, half of those were in practice. So that's the numbers are phenomenal. I mean, you obviously had the right 6 guys in this shootout for the state of Maine.
They exceeded my expectations. I wasn't expecting scores like that, to be honest, when putting this together, but we'll take it. So
we should have asked how many takes it took these guys to put this together. Was it just like 5 or less attempts, or?
That's a good question. Maybe we'll find out afterwards. We'll have to do some digging. I know you like to do your research. You're well prepared tonight. So
are you going to do an award show? Like, are they going to be on the award show?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with the award show here.
Because that would give me some time to come up with some tough questions for these guys.
Yeah, give you a chance to really do your homework.
Yeah.
We're going to hop into the girls contest here. So the boys definitely set the tone with 24 being the score to beat. Let's see who we got here for the girls. All right, our contestants for the girls 3-point shootout. It's a loaded field. It really is. Lon, I know you're going to recognize some of these names. Camille Clement from Greely, Peyton Grant from Dexter, Jaycie Christopher from Skowhegan. We got a county representative, Charles, Faith Sjoberg from Presque in the field. Grace Ramsdell from Wells, and one of the best freshmen in the state, Addison Sulikowski from Thornton Academy, is rounding out the field. So a loaded field. All right, so the fan prediction, it was actually an even split, 30% each for Camille, 30% for Peyton. So that's who the fans picked, and probably can't go wrong with either one of them. Probably two of the best shooters in the state. So we're going to see who comes out victorious today. And up first, Grace Ramsdell, the junior from Wells. Favorite gym to shoot in, XL Sports Center. Something about that spot down there in Saco. And Lon, if she had to hit a game winner, she'd want to hit it on Anna Nelson. Is that saying something about Anna, or is it saying more something about the Gorham program?
I think it's saying a little bit about both, but you know what? If she's a competitor, Anna's a kid that guards the best player for us on any team, and so that seems like a logical choice to me.
Okay. So up first, we got Grace, and the one thing I noticed during this entire year is there's a lot of people with home gyms. There's just a lot of home gyms all over the place, and I think I got to get one for my place.
See, the reality, too, is if this was a Charlie home gym, he'd be on the recliner over there instead of on the board.
Yep. Yeah, that's an incredible setup they got. That's it. This is her house?
I don't know if it's her house or if it's a friend's house, but
wow, look at this place
in the house right there. So perfect 5 for 5 to start off.
Grace.
Grace has had an incredible year, regular season wise for Wells, putting up big numbers and getting all kinds of big wins. So we'll see how she does here in the 3-point shootout.
In her player bio, her favorite player is Jason Tatum. So she's probably I got to give her credit for that because I'm a huge fan of that young man. So great choice, Grace. He's a stellar athlete.
7 of her first 10, and now up top.
The only person in that program that might be able to beat her is their coach, Donnie Abbott.
And in a shootout or a one-on-one?
Well, I would say a shootout or maybe on the craps table at Hollywood Slots.
So 10 for 15 through her first 3 racks here. We'll see where she finishes up and sets the score here for everyone else to beat.
We should set up a celebrity shootout here. We'll get like Parise versus Sydney Blodgett. Parise Rosnell versus Sydney Blodgett.
That'd be good.
I'll take Lon on. Yeah, Grace is shooting well right now. So
she's got 13.
Charlie, the only way you'll beat me is if you're blowing the whistle and you're calling like travels before I shoot.
Into her final rack, she's got 14 here. A couple more shots to round out the round.
I'm surprised more players didn't bring out the ball racks.
I'd probably guess that most of those home gyms don't have 25 balls to put on the racks.
Man, they got leather furniture in their gym. They could probably get a ball rack.
Last shot, and off the 16. Mark. So 16.
That's good.
Sets the tone with 16. So that's the score to beat. The tone's been set. So good first round by Grace Ramsdell, and we'll see how these other competitors stack up here. But Charles, your takeaway from that first round?
Yeah, great opening round performance. I'm biased. I always find like the females are more fluid shooters. I don't know. There's something about it. Grace, she set the standards high, so we'll see what the rest of them can bring to the table there.
Coming up next, Peyton Grant, who's been on fire all season long, the senior from Dexter. She's actually the reigning 2-time state free throw champion. And my favorite answer of all the questions I asked, I said, if you could go off on anyone, who would you want to go off on? She said anybody. So just the ultimate competitor. So here we go. Peyton Grant from Dexter. We'll see if her free throw shooting championships transition or translate into the first ever big time 3-point shootout title here. So she's shooting in her home gym out there in Dexter. We'll see what number she puts up on the board.
And Peyton she chimed in and she said Steph Curry is her favorite player. So let's see if she makes Steph proud on this one.
I know we talked about range and people being comfortable from far out. I've seen a bunch of her game footage this year. She will pull from 25, 30 feet in a game. And she just got great range on her shot. And 4 for 5 on her first rack. Lon, early takeaways here as she gets her second rack.
She's also a kid that when I'm reading the paper, she'll have like 6, 7, 8 threes in a game. And so to me, that means if she makes a couple early, that she's going to put them up and probably put up a high number.
And the thing is, she's put up great numbers this year, and she didn't really play in any fourth quarters. There's one of those situations where they kind of blew out everyone they played, so her numbers could have been a lot higher.
If I'm not mistaken, they got in 15 games and won them all.
Yeah, they just won their little pod championship too, so that's another program, another player who probably could have had a chance to win or play for a state championship and didn't get a chance this year. But maybe she'll settle for a 3-point championship here as she's catching fire. 12 for 15 through her first 3 racks here.
I'll say if I'm running a coaching clinic on how to get your feet ready to shoot the ball, like her foot placement is perfect. Like she's ready to shoot when she catches that ball.
See, that's true. I mean, got her knees bent, her hands ready. I mean, that's how you get a quick trigger in a game.
Yeah, no, it's good.
She's tied for the lead right now and just took it with that one. 17 on her final rack here. Let's see how she finishes up. I think she's hit what? I think she's hit 7 in a row at this point. I made that 8. I think she found her groove.
The other thing I liked when she missed a couple early, she didn't shrug her shoulders. She's like, you could tell she just like, give me the ball. She wanted the next shot. So
last one. So 22.
Wow.
22 for Peyton Grant. So that's going to put some pressure. We got 4 more girls to go through. 22 is your score to beat. Lon, your takeaway from Peyton's round right there.
I'm actually not surprised by that score. I knew she'd be in the running. You know, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with anything that I've seen from her this year. She's a tremendous player. I've never got a chance to see her play live, which is disappointing that there's no McDonald's All-Star game. That would have been fun to see.
Up next, the freshman, the only freshman in the field, Addison from Thornton Academy, who's been one of the most impressive freshmen, I think, in the entire state all year long. Her favorite gym also, the Excel Sports Center down there in Saco. And Lon, once again, if she had to hit a game winner, who would she want to hit it on? Anna Nelson, what's going on here?
Hey, like I said, if you're a competitor, you want to try to go up against somebody that is a tough player, and Anna's one of the toughest, and I don't blame her for wanting to hit a game winner over one of the toughest competitors.
So she didn't actually get this in on the road. She was down in Florida with her AAU program, the Thunder, and had to find some gym space to get it in. So she's not in her home court. She's not on her home court. So in an unfamiliar environment, we'll see how she settles in here. So 4 for her first 5.
I would say this, though, the 3-point line's the same distance, whatever gym you're in, so I don't think it matters.
I agree. And I you can tell the ones who've done this before, like you get rebounders to the passer, like that's huge for rhythm. They've done this before.
A real quick shout out to the passer. That's Abby Davids, who's runs that Thunder AAU program, and just doing great things, and a lot of great players coming out of that program. So shout out to Abby, who's also been on the podcast, keeping it in the family.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'll also say this: Anna plays for that program too. She loves playing for them. A lot of good things to say. Loves Abby, and so maybe that's another reason that she wants to hit one over Anna.
So maybe it's all love. Maybe it's all love with your program.
It could be.
So at 13 here, she needs to catch 22 to tie, 23 to take the lead. We'll see how she finishes up last spot here. See if she can maybe get into second place and pass Grace, who had 16.
Her favorite player is Kemba Walker, so I think she's going to hit these last few here. Clutch. Kemba clutch.
So that's 16, 17. So she's in second place. So nice little strong finish for the freshman stepping up. So back to the leaderboard. There you go. So 17 for Addison. Lon, your takeaway from that round from the freshman who's been impressive all year.
That's a good round, especially from a freshman. I mean, it's not easy to step into a freshman, step in as a freshman, and kind of be in the spotlight in the games that they've had. She's been unbelievable. It's too bad their season was cut a little bit short, and so I'm happy for her. That's a great round for her.
Coming up next, Camille Clement, who's got an absolute ratchet when it comes to shooting the ball. 5'8" senior from Greely, the one of the finalists for Miss Basketball. Favorite gym to shoot in the Expo. She said she got range. She's comfortable up to 24 feet. I think she can get range up beyond that. I just put out the Camille Clement mixtape a couple weeks ago, and you can just see she's got excellent range in her shot and probably the best pure shooter in the entire state. We'll see how she does in the three-point shootout environment here. But got to beat 22. Got to beat 22 to take the lead. So we'll see what Camille can do.
So I also think that her favorite gym being the Expo. Number one, it's a playoff gym. It's a tournament site. But number two, having the NBA line on the court kind of stretches people's range. She gets to toe the NBA line. So I agree. That's probably a good gym for her.
She's going to Northeastern next year, right? So going to be playing beyond the high school ranks here, taking her talents down to Northeastern. And perfect 9 for 9 to start things off here. Make that 10 for 10. So definitely feeling it.
That's an unbelievable release. Always in rhythm, ready to shoot.
There's a miss. There's her first miss so far. So got to beat 22.
I will tell you, a miss for a shooter like her, one miss is not going to bother her at all.
You can see right back into it.
Nice.
And like I mentioned earlier, like you have to have a soft three-point shot to get a roll on a three-pointer.
Absolutely.
Just in a great rhythm.
I was hoping the University of Maine at Fort Kent was on the radar for the next level.
And that's an extra shot for that, so that one won't count. That was a 6 shot from that spot. Still at 18. She's got to catch 22 to either tie or 23 to take the lead, so she needs to clean up this last rack here.
This is a lefty's hotspot here.
Yeah. Last one to take the lead.
Come on.
Boom!
Yes,
there we
sir.
Wow.
go. 23.
Wow.
Charles, your takeaways from Camille's little round right there, taking the lead with 23.
Smooth stuff. I did get a chance to check out her mixtape, but yeah, I just love the confidence. All these young ladies, man, they got so much confidence, and it's such a joy to watch them play. You can tell they love the game, and yeah, that was a stellar performance. So best of luck at the next level, and she might have a chance to win this whole thing versus the boys.
We're going to see here. So 23, the new score to beat. And up next, Jaycie Christopher, the 6-foot junior from Skowhegan. She was all-state first team last year as a sophomore and has only gotten better and better this year. Favorite gym to shoot in, the Augusta Civic Center, so also a playoff environment. And if she had to have a shoot-off to determine the winner, she'd want to go head-to-head with Peyton Grant. So also a competitor wanting to go up against one of the best as well. But right now, she needs to beat Camille's score of 23 to take the lead. We're going to see what happens here. So coming from the Skowhegan gym here. So one of the rare instances where they're shooting in their home gym.
For the listeners, the viewers who haven't got to see her play, her stat line, she's 25 points a game, 11 boards, 4.8 assists per game, and 3.9 steals per game. So just a stat line beast.
4 for 4 to start things off. She cleans up her first rack. So as you can see, score to beat is 23. And she hasn't missed yet. The girls have come out on fire here. You look at some of these scores early on. It looks like Jaycee's going to keep it going here. 8 for 8.
She also said she never leaves the gym without making 12 foul shots in a row. I like that 12 number because most times it's 10. For this young lady, it's 12.
So there's the first miss. So she's got to get hot here if she wants to take the lead.
I think she's got enough in her to just run the table. She's obviously that caliber of player.
So back on track, 4 for 5 from that rack. So she's got 14. She's going to need to make all 10 to take the lead here.
That would be impressive.
Looks like she's in a great rhythm.
You may have mentioned, but what gym is this taking place in?
It's Skowhegan.
Skowhegan.
Yeah. Another one. That's 9 in a row here after missing one of her shots from the middle. She's got to make all 5 here to take the lead.
Let's go.
And she's still on fire. 22 for the tie. 23, last shot for the lead.
Oh, let's see it.
Money ball.
For the lead.
That's unbelievable.
Wow. 24 from Jaycie Christopher. Look at those scores. 23, 22, 24. The girls are representing and stepping up. Lon, your takeaway from Jaycee's round right there.
Well, I'm just going to say this. The 16 and the 17 that are on there, those are unbelievable scores. But the 22, 23, and 24, those are off the charts. That's unbelievable.
So we got one more competitor, and we're going to the county. The 5'8" junior from Presque face Sjoberg. Favorite gym to shoot in besides her own Caribou. School she'd like to go off on, Herman. Guys, we're from Fort Kent. We normally don't care for Presque. Do we pull for Presque? Do we root her on being the only county representative here? What's our take?
I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna say this: being from the county, you have your inner county rivals, but once we get to those state tournaments, we all pull for each other. The county's a close-knit place.
Charles, you agree with that?
I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
Here we go. Familiar gym, the Presque high school gymnasium here, and she's got to get hot. She's got to hit 24 to tie or go a perfect 25 for 25, which sounds crazy, to win this round here. So there's a miss. So she's going to have to go 22 for 22 here to just tie. We'll see what happens here.
And for those who have never visited the Presque Gymnasium, what a hostile place that is, man. When Presque has always had some good teams, and you walk in there trying to get a victory, you got another thing coming. They are on you. It's like Cameron Indoor down that place, man. They're right on top of you, and it's a good environment for the home team for sure.
So she's picked up here after missing on the first rack. Perfect 5 for 5 from the second spot. So she's got to go 15 for 15 here just to tie.
That's a tough task.
But looks like she's got a good rhythm going here. Good stroke, too. I like the follow through.
She's going to channel her inner Casey Keenum. Was that his name, Lon?
Casey Keenan. That's a good name drop right there.
Yep. She's going to channel his inner energy right now.
Another perfect rack here. So that's 2 straight perfect racks, and she's on a roll right now.
Wow.
I'll say this too. Casey was never on the 3-point line. He was another guy that was like 5 or 6 feet back at least.
Definitely.
Still on fire here.
Wow.
The first rack. It's coming down to the last rack. She's got to go 5 for 5 to tie.
This is crazy.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
man.
So you got a couple more shots here.
Good performance.
Unbelievable. She's going to finish with 23, which
that's an excellent round.
How crazy is it to say 23 is only going to get you second place right there?
I think that was the best round because she missed one early, but she had the perseverance to just light it up after that. That was incredible.
So there you go. You see all the girls' scores right there, and just a bunch of high scores. Charles, your takeaway from the girls' round here?
That was fun to watch right there. Yeah, good stuff. State of Maine ladies basketball, keep it up. Put Maine on the map.
I don't always agree with Charlie, but I do this time.
So we got one more round to get to here. We got the finals. We got the winner of the boys going to face off with the winner of the girls. So we're going to get Aidan, the sniper, back in here. He's going to match up with Jaycie Christopher to determine the winner. Charles, real quick, are you leaning one way or the other right now, or do you not know? They both scored 24 in their opening rounds.
Man, I got 3 kids. My 2 oldest are daughters. I'm a dad. I'm a girl dad, bottom line. So I'm pulling for the young ladies here. Girl power. It's what I tell my daughters, girl power. Go get it, Jaycie.
How about you, Lon? You got to take a pick here. They both had 24 in their opening round.
Hey, I got nothing for love but from the way Aidan shot in his first round, but I'm a women's coach, and I'm going for Jaycie.
Okay. So Aidan's back up again. As I mentioned, 24 out of 25 his first round. And let's see what he gets for a second round score here.
Man, this is way better than the way than the NBA's doing it. You're on to something big time.
So perfect 5 for 5 to start things off here, picking right back up where he left off.
Wow. His release is good though.
Same shot every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not like he's a jump shooter and he's got a different release point every time. I think that's an important point, that everything's the same every time.
10 for 10 through his first 2 racks here.
We have a professional comparison to his release to his shot. I've been studying it and I can't come up with it.
Might be one of a kind.
Yeah.
He's more of a set shooter. I think the higher you go in the levels you play, to get some shots off, you got to be a little bit more of a jump shooter. But I got to tell you what, if I was going to try to break an assist record, I'd be looking to pass it to this kid a lot.
For sure.
He's hit his first 17. Make that 18.
Let's go back to it. His favorite player is Duncan Robinson. Do we see some similarities in his shot?
It does a little bit. His release does look like Duncan a little bit.
Yeah.
He just had his first miss, so 19 for 20 through his first 4 racks here. Final spot. 21. He's got a chance to tie his first round score here.
Wow, so effortless.
Last shot.
Oh, light it up.
24.
Wow.
Hey,
2 rounds in a row. That's crazy. That's going to be tough to beat, but Jaycie also hit 24 in her first round, so let's see what she does here this time.
The winner takes all, right?
Winner takes all. Also out to a good start. Charles, how important do you think having a good rebounder and a good passer is? Because I feel like you would excel more as the passer versus the shooter in this competition.
Absolutely. I noticed that last one. Is he feeding her a bounce pass? He is feeding her a bounce pass. Man, I was like, I like the straight chest and get the seams right where they need it.
Yeah.
I think for a contest like this, it's important to catch the ball at the same point every time.
Right.
This is almost like getting it off the rack, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And one of the things she does well, she's got a good arc on her shot. She's giving that ball a good chance to go in. You know, the flatter your shot is, it makes it really, really hard, because you could be a heck of a lot more accurate on a flat shot. So that's looking good to me.
So she's missed one already, so she's got to go clean the rest of the way just to tie here. So one more shot on this rack right here. 14 for 15. She needs to go 10 for 10 just to tie. She did score 24 in that first round, so she is capable.
Standing at a confident 6 feet tall too. That's a huge advantage. I mean, that plays a big part in this.
So hasn't missed in a while here. She's got through 2 racks. This will be 3 if she can make all these without a miss. If she's going to her last rack, so that's 3 racks without a miss here. She needs to make all 5 to tie.
Come on, let's go for a shootout.
Let's go for another shootout. There we go.
Yes.
4 shots. Still.
It's
last shot to
Come
tie.
on, let's go.
No way.
Let's go.
Gets
Oh!
Rimmed out. It rimmed out.
Oh, dang.
And again,
Wow.
a soft shot that it still had a chance to go in when it wasn't pure. That's a sign of a great shooter.
So there you go. There's your 3-point champion, and just was blazing through both rounds, 24 for both. So Aidan and Kristal just adding to the championships at Hampden Academy with the first ever big time hoops 3-point shootout crown. So congrats to Aidan right there.
See, I think we should bring in Bryce Lozier to shoot against him and see if Bryce, that was the guy he wanted to take down, right?
Yeah, we might have to make that happen. We might have to have another shootout with the guy he wanted to go head to head with to see who the ultimate winner is. But
that would be interesting.
That's going to do it for the 3-point shootout. Lon, your takeaways here from the shooting exhibition that we witnessed tonight.
I think the shooting percentage from every player across the board exceeded my expectations. I felt like the rhythm that the players got in were fantastic, and when a player was down and needed to make a bunch in a row, they came through. So we got some ice water in the veins here.
Charles, your takeaway from the 3-point shootout.
You can tell this last year they've spent some time in the gym. I think maybe being quarantine or on lockdown allowed these kids some extra time and getting some shots up, because that was just out of this world. So a good competition, and I hope to see this keep going in the future, because that was fun. That was good.
We're going to transition to the dunk contest, but before we do, we gotta say goodbye to Lon. Lon's going to dip on out here before we bring in our slam dunk guests. So Lon, your final words before we say goodnight for now.
Hey, I appreciate every time I get a chance to come on with you. The way you promote Maine high school basketball is fantastic. I know in Gorham we appreciate you, and
that's because you guys get a lot of love. You guys get a lot of love down there in Gorham.
We do get a lot of love, but I also feel like the players that we have earned the love, and so I think it's a two-way street. And again, very appreciative of what you do. And Charlie, good to see you again. And Tom, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Lon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dunk contest, and we got rid of Lon. We're bringing in another friend of the program here. We're bringing in Ethan Raymond, who's part of the Big Time family. For those that have been down with Big Time since day one, you know this guy. I don't know how many appearances he's had, but he's making his first appearance on Big Time Hoops.
OG.
We're bringing him in as the dunk expert. And Ethan, what are your dunk credentials? I feel like you're more of like a backboard slapper than an actual dunker.
I wasn't much of a dunker. I was the one dishing out alley-oops. I was the lob in Lob City for my brothers. So I grew up watching Big Ben jumping through the roof. So got a little experience watching dunks.
What about in the driveway? I feel like on a 9-foot hoop, you had some tricks though.
Yeah, I got some tomahawks, some two-hand tomahawks, some power slams, things like that off the backboard. I'd throw it in between the legs if I can get it. But.
And Charles, I asked you on the
7 foot though.
Charles, I asked you on the 3-point shootout what credentials you bring, being on the panel and stuff like that. When it comes to dunking, what are your expertise? Like, what are your credentials here? You're 5 foot what? 5'8", 5'9".
I wish I was 5'8", 5'9". Like that? I'm like 5'7" on a good day here.
I was thinking like 5'4".
But no, growing up, I mean, I got two brothers that are 6-footers. So in the basement, we had like maybe a 6-foot rim, and that started young. And I had some good bangers in the basement. But really, for the dunk contest, I've been watching the dunk contest before many of these competitors were even alive, probably. So I got some good knowledge, and I'm expecting to see some high flying skills here.
The Big Time Hoop Slam Dunk Contest. We're going to start off by meeting the field here. And here are your contestants. Some names you probably know, starting with the man, Cash McClure, one of the finalists for Mr. Basketball. And it's just been a walking highlight all season long. We got Noah Lambert from Lawrence, Evan Kilfoyle, who's been on Plays of the Week a couple times here with some of his throwdowns. Joseph Estrella from South Portland, the youngest one in the field. We got Tyrone Davis, who's also been on Plays of the Week several times with some of his blocks and some of his dunks. And we got someone from the county. We got Caleb Espling rounding out the field. Real quick, fellas, if you had to take a pick based on absolutely knowing nothing, Ethan, who are you going to pick from the field here?
I mean, I got to be partial to my county boy here with Caleb.
Okay.
I want to see. I want to see something here from him. I know I've seen some highlights of Cash, so I know he can throw down. But that's about all I know out of this field. But I'm going to go with the sleeper pick with Caleb, see what he's got up his sleeve.
Charles, how about you?
I'm going with the player with the strongest name in this contest. I'm going with Tyson.
Tyson? Tyrone, you mean?
Thank you. The graphic changed, so let's go Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Thank you. Tyrone, my bad, Mr. Davis. My money's on you, brother.
So the first player up is the one that Ethan just mentioned, the Caribou boy, Caleb Espling, 6'4" senior from Caribou. First dunk was at 15 years old. I don't know what I was doing at 15, but I certainly wasn't dunking. And his most memorable dunk, windmill, his first windmill. So it's got to be nice to have that on the resume. We'll see.
Feeling good about this pick already.
Yeah, we'll see what he busts out in the first round here. And this gym's going to look familiar, fellas. The Caribou gym. We got Caleb's first dunk.
Taking many L's in this gym.
Very nice.
Okay, so the one-handed alley-oop off the bounce to himself.
Ooh. All right.
Take some coordination, take some timing. Charles, your thoughts? Did we lose Charles?
I'm still here.
Okay. 6, okay, all right. All right, we got Caleb's second dunk here. So off the backboard this time.
Oh, shit.
Let's take a second look at that.
Bring the thunder. Oh, yeah.
Ethan, your pick is looking good right now.
The masked assassin. I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
You see the
yeah.
hang time. Hey, Charles, I was going to say, he's got the big hair like you had back in the day. You got to feel good about that. You got to like his hair.
It's true. Most people think it slows you down, but really, it gives you that added confidence that you need. It's like Troy Polamalu.
Wow.
And there we go, the final dunk.
What do with
So
this? All right.
catching it.
I like that, bringing in a little partner in there.
There we go.
A little alley-oop style.
I did all my work on my graphics. We're not even going to see my graphics because I gave that one a 10.
10 right there. Oh, yeah, and I probably should have mentioned. I probably should have mentioned that the fans are going to be determining the winner here. So afterwards, it's going to be a fan vote. So you guys are just here for commentary. You're not going to be dictating this, but
All right.
takeaways.
That's
Caleb
a
right
strong
there.
right there. Though.
Yeah, good opening round here. Solid 3 dunks from the senior from Caribou, and we're going to see who's up next. It's all randomly generated. All right, Charlie's
There's
pick.
my man, Tyrone.
It's pronounced Tyson. It's Tyrone
A.K.
Davis,
Tyson.
the 6'3" senior from Skank. The person he'd most want to dunk on is Coach. I like that answer right there. And if it came down to a dunk off, the person he'd want to go head-to-head against, Cash McClure. So maybe that opportunity. Cash is in the field. We'll see how the fans vote. But Tyrone's going to be up next, the 6'3" senior from Skank.
Telling you, man, your parents name you Tyrone and you grow to be 6'3", you're going to be a beast.
First dunk.
There we go.
There we go. Let's get another look at that one.
Ooh.
Yep.
I like that as an opening dunk right there.
Wow.
Effortless.
Charles, that looks like you in the basement on the 6-foot rim back in the day.
That is true. Can't argue that one.
Dunk number 2 from Tyrone.
Coming in number 23, you got to live up to that number.
Oh.
Reverse 360.
Wow.
See that one again.
Damn. Caleb. Sorry, bro.
I'm about
Gets
to
it in.
purchase me some Skank season tickets after that, dunk.
You see, perfect rotation all the way around.
What about the dude in the LL Bean boots in the back? He was loud.
Final dunk. And the
do we got?
one-legged windmill.
All right.
Okay.
Ethan, your thoughts on Tyrone's round here?
That 360 was nasty. I don't know. I think he had to bang that windmill a little harder to wow me with the 10. But I think that, bringing that 360, that's a solid 8.5 right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charles, your takeaways from your boy Tyrone.
Yeah, I agree. His second dunk was probably the best dunk I've seen so far. So we'll see what the rest of the field brings. But so far, I'm happy with Tyrone, my boy.
So the first 2 jumpers have been one-legged jumpers here. I'm sure we got some 2-legged jumpers in the field too, but we'll see who's up next. Up next, we got Joseph, 6'8", so the tallest one in the field.
Jesus.
When asked who would he want to posterize, he wants to posterize Thornton Academy. His first dunk was at
The whole
13 years
team.
old. So we're gonna see what Joseph has in order here, guys. You think being tall is an advantage or disadvantage?
At 6'8", he's kind of the average NBA dunk. Well, he's right around the average dunker of the NBA era. But wow, let's see what he brings up.
I like
So
the
windmill.
intensity coming for the whole team.
Windmill.
Okay.
First dunk attempt.
Okay, big man.
It's not even
All right.
fair.
You brought it back pretty good.
Yeah.
Not even fair. What
Dunk
would you
number
do
2.
if you were 6'8", Charlie?
I'd be in the pros easily.
You might be able to get net if you were 6'8".
Nice little double pump
right.
reverse right there. You brought that down pretty low.
Little Harold Miner right there.
Ah, you stole my Harold Miner reference. Good work. Oh, yeah. Nice jam.
All right, so final dunk
Oh, you
here
brought
for
that back.
Joseph. Oh, going through the legs on the final dunk attempt here.
Ow. Okay. I haven't seen that one in Maine yet.
So through the legs, a windmill, and a double pump reverse. What do you guys think? Did you think being 6'8" hurt him right there, or did you guys like those dunks?
I like those dunks. Like, for a big man, that was some smooth stuff right there.
Okay.
That was smooth for the big man. I'm impressed.
All right, so we've had some good dunks so far, and we still got some talented folks coming up here in the field. Do you guys have someone who's kind of in the lead right now based off those first three dunkers?
I'm sticking with Tyrone.
That 360 was nasty. I don't know. Between the legs, though, that's bringing some new difficulty right here. Let's see what Cash has got.
So we got Cash, who may have had the dunk of the year with his posterization down there in Coney, the 6'2" senior finalist for Mr. Basketball, first dunk at 16 years old. So he's kind of new to it. And school he most wants to dunk on, Coney or Leavitt, he did that. He freaking dunked all over someone at Coney. He's been a highlight reel all season long. Let's see what he brings to the dunk contest here on the Big Time Hoops Dunk Contest. This is the dunk of the year right here, possibly. His little posterization down there in Coney.
Wow.
Wow. Man, he met him at the rim, too.
He did.
That was a tough dunk.
Did Cash get taller in the offseason? Did he grow a couple inches?
He looks a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
He does.
Wow.
Nice little double pump reverse for his first dunk here.
Boys got bunnies.
Jeez. Cash.
Wow.
Money.
Head at the backboard, too. Shit.
So he's our first two-legged jumper here. Everyone else has been one-legged. Cash going off 2 feet.
I'm shouting out to Cash's parents also, too, man. You name your son Cash, you're destined for greatness.
Dunk number 2.
Setting him up for success.
Wow. Nice.
What you got?
Charles, what's more impressive, the pass or the dunk?
The Orlando Magic throwback shorts.
I was going to say the shorts.
Yep. Wow. Looking like a young Scott Skiles. Bangers. Wow, nice dunk.
All right, so final dunk here for Cash. He's had 2 really solid dunks.
In the indoor soccer shoes.
The windmill.
Oof.
Let's see what we got here.
That's the best windmill we've seen. That's for sure.
I like that one.
Yeah.
You think that's the best one so
That
far?
was
Ethan?
clean.
Yep. That was
Yeah,
a great
that's
windmill.
definitely the best windmill we've seen.
That's impressive.
Whew.
Yeah, you can tell he put some work in the off season too, like that vertical. That wasn't there last year.
That
He was a solid
vertical.
player last year, but
Yeah,
he's
that vertical's up there.
yeah, he worked on his game. Good stuff, Cash.
So what do you guys think? Charles, you still sticking with your pick, or you think Cash passed him?
I'd like to see my Tyrone's dunk one more time because so far in my head I still got Tyrone in the lead.
Okay.
But Cash has a lot of hype, though.
How about you, Ethan?
I don't know. I think Cash might have just edged ahead right there.
All right.
That windmill was sick.
Our next dunker, Evan Kilfoyle, the 6'4" senior from Brunswick. School he'd most want to posterize Morse. I take some offense to that because our boy Chris York is the coach at Morse. So I don't know how I feel about that one. But person you want to go head to head with, he'd go head to head against anybody. So the competitor coming out in him right here. Let's see. He's got to follow up some good dunks that Cash just put forward. So we'll see what Evan's got. And
You better be careful with that because Chris York might still be getting bangers.
yeah. So his first dunk, the alley-oop to himself here.
No, I need more. I need more.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what he's got for dunk number 2.
What is this gym, though? Look at this place.
Home gyms, man. Everyone's got home
It's a
gym.
home
We gotta
gym?
get a home gym.
Oh, my.
The windmill, the left-handed windmill. Ethan, you got to show some favoritism towards that being a lefty.
Okay. That was a big step up from dunk 1.
Is he right-handed, too?
He's left-handed.
All right, lefty. I was going to say, if he's a righty,
I like
he
it.
went lefty. That was a good windmill too.
Got it down clean.
Yeah, that was clean.
I want that gym in my house. Wow.
Yeah, he's getting the setup right there.
Last dunk, and a lob to himself. This time off 2 feet. So the first dunk was off 1 foot. This time off 2 feet.
What are you thinking, Charlie?
A lot of love for the attempts. Just wasn't wild like I was. Wasn't wowed, but good effort though. Never gonna knock anybody. That was. Thanks for stepping on the stage for sure.
It's more career dunks than Charlie right there.
Absolutely.
Here we go. So 5 contestants down. We got one more here. Noah's going to be our last contestant. You guys have a front runner. I'm guessing you guys are going to go with Evan. You still going with your picks?
So far, I'm locked in so far, but let's see what Noah brings. He looks intense, man. I like his. You can tell he's a competitor. This fella.
6'1" junior from Lawrence. Right there. First dunk was at 15 years old. School he most want to dunk on, Skowhegan. So the little rivalry right there, Skowhegan and Lawrence. Let's see what he brings to the dunk contest here. He's got a couple guys that came before him that kind of put up some really good dunks. So we'll see how he brings it home here.
I'm happy nobody wanted to dunk on Fork End. That makes me feel good though.
All right, dunk number 1. Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So there was a catch in there. There was a alley-oop. Let's see it in slow motion.
He's hyped up.
I know his hype men are.
He jumped over the kid. He jumped over him.
Where is this gym? This
jumped over him.
Where is this gym?
It's got to be in Lawrence somewhere.
That's phenomenal.
Oh, that's slow. That's slow-mo.
Left-handed.
That might be the dunk of the contest right there.
Yeah, I agree so far here.
Fired up. Fired up.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Get him hyped.
Yep.
I love the hype, man.
Yep.
Dunk number 2. He changed gyms.
These other guys are missing hype, man. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Oh
wow.
The windmill off the bounce.
Noah Lambert.
Wow.
Ooh. Let's see the replay.
Shortest guy in the contest is getting bangers.
Oh.
Yep. That's the winner right there, I think.
Look at it.
No contest.
And I think this was during
It's
PE
over.
class. I think he's in phys ed right here.
Wow, good stuff.
Almost broke his ankle on the landing.
No 3.
Careful out there, no.
Look at that during volleyball class.
Yeah.
That guy's really
Wow.
pissed about that field.
Look at him. Look at him. They look.
Swag.
You got to see him in slow-mo. Jeez.
Wow. Good
That's
stuff,
ferocious.
Noah.
I mean, his head was at the rim.
That's the one right there. Look at that.
Yeah. Wow. Good stuff.
So Noah
At least double the
Lambert,
vertical of Sandberg.
the junior from Lawrence, comes up last. And I don't know what you guys would think of after seeing all 6 competitors. What do you guys think?
Oh man, that was a strong finish. I'd like to see a dunk off between Tyrone and Noah, to be honest, but yeah, that was good, man. Good stuff for the young kids here.
I think we need a final round between Cash and Noah.
You think Cash and Noah are the top 2?
I think Noah took it, but I think Cash could come up with something pretty nasty in response. Let's give him a chance to see how he can respond.
I do have a 4th dunk from Cash in case it comes down to it, in case we need it. So if the fans decide that we need one more, he's got one more in the bag. So we'll have to wait and see what the fans decide. Like I said, it's going to be a fan vote. When it's all said and done, we're going to let the fans decide who wins it.
I'm all about peace and love, but I hope this creates an internet war for dunking between these guys. Say, look what I can do, young man.
Your takeaways, guys. Charles, your final takeaways from the entire evening here. We saw a lot of great 3-point shooting. We just saw a lot of great dunks. Being the voice of the casual fan, what's your takeaway from tonight?
Wow. Standing at 5'7", you guys are my heroes. That was phenomenal stuff. Good performances. I love the hype men. So next time, if you're in a dunk contest, bring your hype men, because that's half the show. Is people want to see the energy, people want to see the entertainment. So that was good. Some good stuff, guys.
Ethan, how about for you? You didn't see the 3-point shooting, but you witnessed the dunk contest. Your takeaways here from our little dunk contest we just saw.
I got to agree with the hype man comment, man. Noah had his whole crew behind him. Got him pumped up, and he was jumping through the roof. But dunking's come a long way in Maine, man. They weren't dunking like that when I was in high school.
You might see the breakaway dunk, you might see the little fingertip dunk.
Yeah.
But not like that.
Good to see these boys jumping through the roof like that.
Absolutely. Before we get up out of here, you guys have anything else you got to say? Charles, I feel like you got more on your chest you want to get off.
Man, the state of Maine basketball, let's put it on the map here. Big shout out to Tom just for putting this all together too. So big time. Get out there, spread the word, share social medias, let your family know, your friends know. Like, there's so much going on in the state of Maine. I love it. I miss home. I'm in Nova Scotia now, but I'm a Mainer at heart. So I love it. Keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and let them in on our little secret here. So, like I said, the fans are going to vote for who won the dunk contest. But after that, we're going to have the Big Time Hoops end of the year award show, which we're going to vote on dunk of the year, pass of the year, block of the year, the home announcer call of the year, and whatever else we can come up with. We're going to have a nice little fun award show. And Charles, you got to bust the suit out again for that one, though. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a formal event.
I love it.
Charlie was too.
It's going to do it for tonight's first ever Big Time Hoops 3-point shootout and slam dunk contest. Like I said, we're going to be voting for the dunk contest here over the next couple of days to determine the winner. But hey, thank you for checking it out. The only 3-point shootout and dunk contest in the entire state of Maine this year, right here. You just saw it on Big Time Hoops. So
say it again. The first time ever this has gone online.
Yes. So make sure you go ahead and follow the Facebook page, the Instagram page, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, and all kinds of fun stuff coming to you from Big Time Hoops. So we'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen.